So what I'm basically doing now is the part that I actually need to be more concerned about, and it is the actual pattern in which to color the fire. Because when I start coloring this guy in, so like, for example, I'm not going to be able to do this, which is what I would do. I would outline certain areas with yellow. You're not going to be able to do that in tattooing because you just can't outline shit in yellow. You have to lay the yellow down and then kind of like try to dance around it. Even though there is a lot of yellow in fire, what you're going to do when you start tattooing is you're going to lay down all the dark areas. The darkest areas, like the burgundies and the magentas and all of that. The last thing you're going to lay down is the yellow. But you want to know where it's going to go so you don't color over it. The oranges and the yellows are going to mix, but the orange is going to be kind of like a shadow for the yellow. So all of this stuff that I'm actually coloring in should all be like a really bright yellow, you know, with like subtle orange undertones and stuff. But when you do that in tattooing, if you don't do it right, you're going to end up first off, you're going to end up making it not look like fire. Second off, you're going to make it look all muted and washed out. And you only get one chance at this, which is the thing that makes tattooing so stressful to most people, is they know they only get one shot at it. So if you don't plan it accordingly, which is easy once you know what you're doing, you just, okay, I got it all figured out. All I gotta do is just lay it down. You don't just go in and just start tattooing without it all being planned out. If you understand, if you've ever colored anything and you've ever actually mastered how to color fire and stuff like that, it would be easy. It's just par for the course. Is when you don't necessarily know what you're doing and you've never done it before, you get thrown off. And then you're stuck looking at a piece thinking, if I do this and I don't know what I'm doing, this person is going to be stuck with this ruined tattoo forever. And then you start getting that panic sets in and you're like, fuck, I don't think I know what I'm doing here. Do I stop and reschedule and go figure it out? Or do I just go for it and hope that I get it? You know, do I look for reference? You start thinking of all of these things that you want to do. That's why I always say do it beforehand, because 95% of the time you're going to make the wrong choice. like comic highlights. You know, like typical stuff like that will make it look a little bit more presentable. But like this metal is going to be different. Plus, for some reason, I'm going to leave this down here dark. It's for it's creative liberty, and it's basically it's got a lot to do with the way that the tattoo is going to look. You know, because this is down by his ankle, and there's going to be a lot of flames down there. I need something to basically offset all that. But a lot of this is going to have like lighting stuff in it that's going to make this kind of, I don't want this to be overly saturated, but it's going to have the stupid lighting that makes it look like the fire is hitting it and all that stuff. And, you know, this all of this up here is going to have like lighting all over it with a few dark areas. Like over here, this will be all lit up. This will all be light. So I'll make sure all of this is the colors that it's supposed to be, because when I start tattooing it, these are the colors that I'm actually going to have to use. You know, this is pretty much what I'm going to have to use when I do the tattoo. I'm not going to be using navy blue. Navy blue is going to be the shadow colors. Everything else is going to be really bright and light blue and all that stuff. And I'm just going to be pushing and pulling colors around on the outfit and the face and everything like that, so it actually looks like the guy is on fire. Then I got to go in and I got to take oranges and stuff like that and go over the metal, which is going to be the shitty part, because now I got to go over all of this metal and make it all look like there's fire reflecting off of all of it, you know, so that I can know when I color this in that where I'm supposed to actually lay gray down and where I don't necessarily need to lay down gray. And then I get to yell at this guy when I see him, like, do you know what you did? Do you know what kind of trouble you caused me? Do you know what kind of trouble you caused yourself? No, you don't, but you will. You will. Because there's going to be like lighting under here too, because there's fire, and there's going to be so much yellow lighting all over the place. It's going to be ridiculous. But, you know. And then once I do all of that, then I get to actually sit down and map all of it out and be like, okay, so I got to do this and I got to do this, and this is what I got to color first. And when I color this in, I got to color that. And, you know, I know what I'm going to be coloring in first and what I'll be coloring in dead last. But I don't have to worry about that for at least one more session. So I have plenty of time to work all this out, because when he comes back, we're going to be doing all the black and gray, which is going to be like all these little cracks and crevices, all of this parts right here, all of this stuff down here, which I'll definitely be going over with other colors. But like, I'm just going to be shading in everything as if I'm doing a whole full black and gray tattoo, and then we're going to go back over it with color. And that's going to be the fun part. That's when he's going to be like, I hate life and I hate, you know, you, because you're hurting me, and it's going to be awesome. But it's going to be a beautiful tattoo. And that's what I'm going to have to keep telling him for the whole 7 hours or 8 hours he's going to be here getting at the shop getting like brutally tattooed, and be like, hey man, it's going to be a beautiful tattoo. When it's done, the ladies are going to be all on you. People are going to stop you when you're in the store being like, hey man, who did your work? At least I hope that's what's going to happen, but, you know, we never know. But in any case, this is as far as I'm going to be going with this today. More than likely, I'll be on tomorrow, but if I get on tomorrow, I'm probably going to be playing a game. I'm going to be working on my daughter's emotes. I definitely will be doing more streams. Sorry for the long hiatus. Again, ! Behance in the chat if you want to watch my art streams on Behance. I do not take long breaks from streaming. I'm just streaming on a different platform. I stream a lot on Behance because Behance is basically like an art platform, like a Twitch platform for artists and artists only. So it definitely feels a lot more relaxing when 90% of the people that you're talking to are actual artists, and you don't necessarily have to explain all the art lingo because everybody there does art and they know it. You know, not that I don't love Twitch, but Twitch is a gaming platform and they don't give two craps about the artist section. And it's nice to find a community where they actually give a crap about art. If you've never been on Behance and you're trying to learn how to do art and stuff like that, like, it is a cornucopia of art. And I implore you to try it. You know, you don't have to, but, you know, give it a try. You might actually find some people on there that you actually like. You know, and it's relaxing. It's not necessarily open to the public for streaming yet. It's still in beta, which is another cool thing because I got the opportunity to be a part of the beta. You know, but I definitely will be doing art on Twitch forever. But I will definitely be splitting my time between here and Behance. Like I said, I want to do a lot of my new and original ideas and stuff like that here, plus a lot of the tattoo stuff I want to do over here. I want to do all of the fan art and stuff like that. If you join my Discord, !Discord in the chat, there's a section in there called sketch requests where you can put in all your requests, because I know a lot of people love to ask tattoo artists, can they draw me something, or can you draw me something? I have no problems with drawing anything, as long as you put it in the sketch request, because I have to be in the mood for the things that I draw. And if you ask me to draw something when I'm not in the mood, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to want to draw it. And I don't want to tell you no. So I always say put it in the sketch request so I can just grab it on the whim and be like, I'm going to draw. This guy wants me to draw freaking animal penises. All right, we're gonna draw that today, just not on stream. But I'm gonna make a test sheet for this person and then find a way to let them see it and blah 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 and all of that. I pretty much get a lot of weird requests, so weird requests aren't a big thing. It's just I have to find a way to draw it and where to put it and all that. So, you know, if you decide you want to ask me for something weird, don't be surprised if it gets drawn. So, you know, like there may or may not be a test sheet of animal genitalia. I am not going to confirm nor deny that, but it may or may not be out there. So, you know, just so you guys know. But with that, I am going to call it. That is my night. I am tired. I streamed it earlier today. I streamed it tonight. I am going to take my butt to bed. See you guys tomorrow. I'll probably be playing video games or doing other art.